Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Kix, and we are going to be streaming some retro games today. We are getting into our third playthrough of Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut on PS1. This is a game that came out in 1996, 1997, something that one of the first games actually that I had on PlayStation back in the day. So switching it up with that title. In the first few live streams, we got pretty much out of the mansion. I believe the second one we got to the guardhouse, and then now we're pretty much working our way through the guardhouse and trying to take on a new boss. There's a couple more puzzles and stuff that we need to solve, but there's a couple things that I also want to showcase. Right above, you'll see the heart rate monitor, so that's connected to my Garmin Esports Edition Instinct, and that is paired to my PC. So that overlay is being pulled into that heart rate meter that you see right above. A couple things also have been the change in the camera angle and quality over here, so that should be running at 60 FPS. And the other thing we have is a second angle. So first and foremost, this would be just the player cam itself. Looks like I can actually move this bar down, so bear with me. There we go. Just so that the heart rate monitor is flush on the bottom. And then the second angle that we have, so aside from the face cam, which we're looking at right now, would be the side cam, which is right over here. And then so a side cam is just a secondary dynamic angle, just for stream variety. I guess depending on the games that I start to play, I'll pick the angle that suits the overlay best. But just wanted to kind of showcase this. This is an additional face cam, but otherwise you can't see it. It's not in frame on Instagram, but you can certainly see it on desktop, where I have a boom mic hanging over here. So everything should be connected here. Let's get back to the gameplay really quick. Switch this over. Bear with me, I'm on 3 monitors here, so just juggling through each. That chat. Just lost my stream chat. Hold up. Hold up. There we go. Everything seems to be in order here. I'm actually just going to change the order of the browsers that we have. Just a sec. Let's get this. Let's put this here. Just want to make sure that all the chats are being prioritized accordingly, and I think that works out. All right. So we're in gameplay overlay. The other thing that I mentioned, I think, in the past is that I am using the 8BitDo Ultimate Bluetooth C controller, which is, again, one of my favorite controllers for the Nintendo Switch and for PC. It can pair both through Bluetooth. There's also a 2C version that came out recently. I believe there's some additional triggers and other types of features that they added here. So again, if you are in the market for a retro style controller and something to pair with retro consoles or PC and Nintendo Switch, then this is the device for you. But let's go ahead and get back into the game. Right, I did mention last time that we are in the guardhouse. We ended up taking out a couple puzzles, including one of the vines, switching out the book. There was the wasps, and then there is a plant in which we need to swap this book out first and foremost. But there's also a plant boss that we need to take on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the ribbon away to keep our slots open. And we're work our way back to putting that red book into the wall. Now I'm not sure if that's going to initiate the cutscene to start the next boss battle. If it does, then we may want to have to reset, because I know that there is something I could do, like there's a puzzle that I could solve to make that boss battle easier, so we may want to revisit that. I believe it's this room here. Oh no. Just trying to check the feed on mobile real quick. Getting stung here. Come on, girl, run. Can't remember if I'm poisoned or not, but I guess we'll find out shortly. Yes, so that is something I'm gonna have to deal with. Let's go ahead and swap the book, and then I may just reboot. Because once we put this in here, I know the bookcase is gonna open up. But if I open that door, then I know that I'm going to initiate the boss battle, so I think... what do I want to do? I got to figure out how to mix the chemicals. And let me just double check the map to see if there's any rooms that I haven't explored yet. Looks like it's just the boss room, but there is that lab. Let's check the basement. Yeah, that whole side room, that area there, I went through. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back into that lab room. Alright, so now we know that we have all of those containers there, so we're gonna have to go back into our... Actually, I'm gonna go and do a real quick reload and just end up bringing those water, or those containers from the very start. So let's go ahead and back into it. Last played. Right. So we'll reboot that file and we'll go ahead and just take those four containers off the jump. And I do need to refer to my notes. There was a couple puzzle pieces that we found. Let's pull that up in the notepad. There we go. Alright, so we will drop the ribbons here and then take out all the containers. I'm actually going to put the book back because we won't open that until we're actually going to the boss. That'll keep that slot open just in case we come across any ammo or anything else that we want to pick up. run straight to this room. We want to act fast because if we don't, the poisonous wasps will come out and don't want to have to deal with that again. So we'll just quickly run around here. Right, so let's see here. So to get V-Jolt, we need 13 and 3. Water's 1. Red is 2. So we need, let's see here, 3 plus 13. All right, so we're gonna get 1 plus 2. Oh, looks like we gotta empty out some of this water here. All these have water, so how do I... I'm going to go ahead and combine all these 3. Now I have 2 water, so we're going to go ahead and combine this as well. Alright, I'm going to get water here. So 1 and 3, or 1 and 2 will give me 3. Combine these 2. And then now I need 2 and 2. There's a 2. Two and 2 is 4. Hold up. No, 4 is green. It'll be 4. No, I already have those. Sure will. All right, so now 3 and 4 will give me 7. So I have the 7, I need a 2 and a 4. So I'll fill this up again. Combine these 2, I'll get a 6. And then, let's see here, 6 and 7 is 13. So I need now 13 and 3. So I need to make another 1 and 2. So it's water. So mix that with the water, and then mix the combination with the 13. Combine. Both these have water? Okay, I'll just combine these two together. So there's an empty, this water combines with the red. So now that's 13 and 3. And then I should get the V-Jolt when I combine these two together. There you go. So this V-Jolt needs to be applied at the root. And we'll work our way down, which is, I believe, this way. This area was previously overrun by zombies and then flooded with water. The tank busted open and there was a few sharks that I had to deal with as well. Hey, what's going on, Kev? Good seeing you the other day. That was random. And funny enough, after AJ and I went into the bar, Johnny ended up showing up with some friends, which was pretty jokes. We literally just talked about him when you were pulled over on the side there. Alright, I'm gonna apply this V-Jolt to the root. I think this should make the boss battle easier. There we go. Yeah, man, completely random. Like, it was hilarious. Like, AJ and I were sitting down at the bar, and then we were in mid-conversation, and AJ just points, like, behind me. I'm like, what the heck's this guy talking about? Or what does this guy want? So I turn around. Sure enough, Johnny and two of his coworkers that just got off their shift at Rec Room. How's the audio, by the way? I moved my boom mic. And I had to change a couple settings. The game is at 80% and my mic's at 100. But I don't know if I'm too loud or if the game's too loud or if it's a good mix. Okay, dope. Well, my mom says hi, by the way. Oh, I had brunch with her, and then I mentioned to her that I saw you and AJ earlier in the week. Alright, I think I'm gonna switch to... I'm probably gonna get the bazooka, because I think there's a boss battle coming up, and then I'll also get some health. Cosmic Prepper, what are you saying? So we'll swap out the shotgun and the shells for the bazooka and the explosive rounds. I wish I had incendiary rounds. I think that's... I don't know if they made them in this one. I know there's acid rounds for sure. But I know in the newer version, in the remake and in other versions, typically when you're fighting the plants, you know, having some type of flamethrower or something like that, it's more effective. Super effective. Oh, actually, look, I do have flame rounds, so I'll take those. I'll swap out, what else do I have? I'll get these explosive rounds too. I'll put these bottles away because I don't think that I need them. And debating on if I take more health. Maybe I'll take one. No more mixed herbs. I'll take a first aid spray just in case. Okay. So we'll go ahead. We'll equip this. I'm gonna get the book. Because the book is what I need to open up this the bookcase. And that'll slide out of the way, this one here. And then that should initiate the boss battle. Playing anything these days, man? Just been pretty much pure retro lately. Waiting on that Switch 2 to drop. But we'll see what happens with the price. I know that you're saying that the price may change before launch. Yeah, let's head in there. I can't remember if I could swap. Can I swap these rounds? No. So I think in other versions of the game, because right now it's showing this that it's yellow. Yellow, I believe, are acid rounds. Red, flame, incendiary rounds, and then 12 are the standard like explosive rounds. I think in other versions of the game, like if you combine these two together, it actually removes this cartridge and then puts this one instead. So then this would have the 6 fire rounds, and then the 4 acid rounds would come out. But it looks like I have to make do with what I got. Nope, stop gaming for a bit. Yeah, I know. A lot of people have, obviously. Just time and money, right? Alright, yeah, Switch 2 looks really good. I think. I know a lot of people are complaining about price and stuff like that, which, you know, that's a valid argument to some degree, but what I keep telling people is that, so I remember Mario Kart on Nintendo 64, because people are saying like, oh, Mario Kart's gonna be like 80 or like $100 for the Switch 2. So what was I gonna say? Here, we'll switch over for some real talk. So as far as I remember, the Mario Kart game on N64, I think this one's probably better. Yeah, Mario Kart on N64 came out in 1997 or 98 for, I'm gonna say, like $79 to $99 Canadian back in 1997. If you adjust that for inflation, that game is like $130 or $150 in today's time. So even if prices do go up for Switch games to, you know, Switch 2 games, and that jumps up to $80, $100, like probably like, let's say 90 or $100 here in Canada, like that's still technically less than what it was back then. So I think the main thing that I'm trying to get across is like, it's not necessarily that the game prices have changed or fluctuated with inflation over time, but it's obviously, you know this already, rent, cars, gas, food, all that other types of stuff. Like that's the stuff that actually went up in price, right? And it's just that because that stuff is so expensive, it makes it hard to justify, you know, that type of stuff. But, well, thanks. So I think that that's the thing. Is like, you know, thinking about it, anyone who had an N64, anyone that had Mario Kart back when it first launched, your parents paid 120, 140 bucks, you know, to have that game, like technically in this like day and age and time. So I say, like, it's less about being mad about like the price of technology these days. It's more about how expensive everything else has gotten over time. So that's my inflation rant, and then I'll get back to the game now. Did that scene switching work? I don't know. Like, this is the first time that I'm actually going live with 2 different angles, so I don't know if that went off as smooth as I'd hoped. Oh, got a boss here. Oh, wait. There you go. Whoa. more rounds, switch it up. Yeah, that was dope. Smooth. Okay, sick. Yeah. So I just changed the camera orientation, and then again, the boom mic is something that I installed before, but I'm just trying to make the streams dynamic, obviously, and I got to keep remembering like where to look, you know, if I'm like over here, over there, or anything like that. What about the FPS? This is the first time I'm actually trying to push for 60 FPS, so I don't know if like not only like the transitions and stuff like that, but like is the actual like feed like clean too? Wang. Is that it? Hit him with one fire round. What do we got? Anything here? What's here? Has to be something here. Hey, let's go. Got the mansion key. Clean? Awesome. Yeah, like that's the one thing is like because Switch I guess like any of the games that I've been playing in the past have been kind of running in 30 FPS. Like I didn't really need a 60 FPS, but I just decided to pick up a better, you know, change my settings and then, you know, switch to a 60 FPS cam just to see if it makes a difference. So check. No, yeah, let's check this out. Should be a helmet key. Yeah. So that means we need to go back to the mansion and pretty much clear out the rest of the house, but I just want to make sure there's no, I don't know if there's any herbs or ammo or like stuff kind of hanging around these walls, clips and stuff, or if it's just completely empty. I think that may be it. Alright, so let's... I think the only things that I want to double check, because I don't think I need to come back to this building anymore. I think the rest of whoa, what was that? Oh, it's Wesker.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
Is that right? Anyway, it's good to see you're safe.
Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
Yes, you're right.
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
Wow, this writing and voice acting is absolutely terrible. Oh, dude, Switch Plus, or Switch 2 rather, is going to be, I think, like $600, which I know it's like a jump, but I don't know, man. Like people have PS5s and like Xbox Series S's and stuff like that, Steam Decks and all that other types of stuff. So I mean, I think the main shock is that like Nintendo has always been the more affordable console, but now that they're increasing their hardware, like I think 4K output and stuff like that, like pretty much now it's kind of caught up to the other current gen. And I know there's an argument. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, the Mario games and stuff like that, like they don't need, or like they still don't compare, I guess, like to like PS5 graphics and stuff like that." But I don't know. All right, let's switch this out. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, man, it's not cheap. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna save just to be safe. I'm gonna equip this. Probably gonna. Oh, I forgot. I got distracted by Wesker. I guess the other thing to remember too is like it's technically it's a handheld, like a portable console and like a home console. So it really depends on if that if that appeals to you, and if you're kind of playing on the go. I know that when I was living in Toronto, having like even before Nintendo Switch, like having a Game Boy, having a Nintendo DS, like having all that other types of stuff, like I needed that because I was on like the TTC and like just traveling so often. So like I couldn't, like I found it like literally impossible to not have a game system or like some type of, yeah, I guess like a handheld. So, and I know that's not the case for everybody, but when you're on the transit 2-3 hours a day depending on what traffic's like and delays and stuff, like that definitely saved my life when you're stuck there underground or on a streetcar or whatever else. All right, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna combine these. Will you roll the herbs? I mean, mix the herbs. Yes. Yes, I will. I believe there's another set of plants here. I'm just gonna go. Pretty much what I want to do is I want to pick up all the items that are here and then put them in my inventory so I can access them later, because I don't want to have to run back here for no reason. Okay, no, so we're good. I'll go ahead and drop that. And that's the other thing too, right? Like even if it is pricier and you compare it to like, an Xbox or a PlayStation, like at the end of the day, if you're playing like a game, if you're playing a game and then you decide, okay, well now you need to go out, or like, you're going on a trip or anything like that, your system stays home with you. Like with a Switch, like if you're flying, on vacation, like I just came back from the Philippines, like a couple weeks ago, last month, or 2 months ago now. The the in-flight entertainment aspect of just being able to kind of play on the go, it was like a big key selling factor, right? Like you can't do that with PlayStation, can't really do that with Xbox either, right? What's going on, Derek? Talking about playing some Resident Evil on PS1, and we're talking about the Switch too. Talking about how well the price went up. I know a lot of people feel a way about it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you still don't get that portability with PlayStation and Xbox. So kind of really no other comparison. I guess like if you want to compare it to like a Steam Deck or like other types of stuff, you could do that too. But I don't know. Yeah, Steam Deck definitely, I think, is a good choice for some too. Being able to access the Steam library, Epic Games, emulators, and like other types of stuff. So I think that's a solid, solid comparison. I think there's the Asus ROG Ally and Legion Go. Like there's all the main PC manufacturers have some type of competitor to Steam Deck and Switch at this point. So I mean, there's options for people that aren't fully sold. Oh, I heard the radio.
This is Brad. I know you can't answer me, but somehow give me a sign.
Come on,
This
Brad.
is Jill. Brad? Oh, it's broken.
I think we're nearing the end game because why else would they be saying that they're gonna pick, or he's trying to pick me up soon? Oh, here we go. We got some more. I'm gonna pick these up too, just because, like I said, I don't want to have to come back here. So. And I think maybe hunters are gonna start to show up. So hunters are like the gorilla-looking zombies with the claws. So I gotta watch out for those guys. They're faster and stronger than the usual zombie. all I need to do, if I add the red, then it does a full heal, the equivalent of a first aid spray. One thing I'm noticing too, I know stereo sound has existed for a while, but listening to this game, like the audio is actually like pretty balanced in regards to run, girl. Like the left and right stereo audio has been coded pretty cool for this game. I hear like running water like kind of around the back, but I also hear dogs howling to like my left side, like shifting from my left to my right, which is a cool thing. I guess I didn't really like notice that when you compare it to I guess, or when you're playing on, you know, a TV, because then the audio would be coming out of the speakers there. Streaming only on IG? No, I'm actually multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch right now. So if you wanted to see the full view, you could in like widescreen. There's a completely different overlay on my Instagram and Twitch channels right now. Run, run! Oh, come on, girl! Oh man! It looks like there's more herbs that spawned here. Yeah, Instagram is something new. The app that I use is called Streamlabs, and they just released a plugin that I'm gonna take these herbs just in case. Just released a plugin for vertical output, so I just decided to test the Instagram, but primarily, like, you know, I'm trying to build my, out of everything, it would be YouTube that I'm trying to build. Here it is. I knew it. This is definitely a hunter. Oh. Damn. Ooh, is that it? Yes, that's it. Oh, the YouTube feed's better? Nice. I didn't know she switched. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? Long time, man. Hope you're doing well. Let's try and get into this room here. So there should be a bunch of rooms on the east and west wing of the mansion that I need to revisit. Well, I don't think I can see anything here. I'll probably have to come back with the lighter, maybe? Or is there a switch? Yes. There we go. What do we have here? Will you take the Magnum rounds? Sure will. What else is here? Anything in this closet? Nothing uncommon. What's this book? Will you take the Doom book? Yes. Yeah, this overlay is pretty much just the emulator stock overlay on the left and the right, but then I added the game art on... Is it that way? No. That way? Yeah, game art is that way on the other side, and then the obviously the cam I put here, and then excuse me, the heart rate monitor below. Let's check this. And what's in this Doom book? Anything? There we go. Metal in the book. What is this? Eagle metal. So we'll take that. We'll go... I think there was a room around here that I haven't gone to yet. Where am I? Yeah, this outside room. What about upstairs? One room upstairs. Okay, which way do I want to go? I want to... Okay, what I'll do is I'll deal with this outside room on the first floor, and then I'm going to go back up to the second, and then we'll make our way around there. Just to avoid the dogs. How's the feed on desktop? Better? Same? You're saying that, well, it's better because I guess the screen's bigger and just... Whoa! Holy. I'm gonna die. Yo, take some of this, girl. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Damn. Yo, these guys are all over the place now, I guess. Locked carving of armor. Oh, what? The armor key? Okay. I can't believe I missed that. I'm gonna go and try and find that anyway. Let's see what's good. Whoa. Yo. They're literally everywhere. Oh, so the transition, stream transitions that I was showing earlier were this one. So this is the face cam. This is the full. Now you see the full view of this angle here. So I tried to frame like my pegboard behind over here, and then like I said, I upped it to the 60 FPS. So like I don't know if this looks smooth and clear and stuff, but that's what I'm trying to do. And then I adjusted like pretty much all the manual settings on like exposure and stuff like that to try and like color balance. So let me know how this picture looks for one. And then the second one was this side cam that we were showing earlier. So obviously a bit of a mess, a lot of wires and stuff going on over here. But now you can see the boom mic that I'm using right on this side. You could see probably my stream overlay. So my production software here, Streamlabs, is running over here. My primary monitor is in front of me. And then the what's it called, controller over here as well. So I'm just trying to, you said to wave, so I'm just trying to move this and see if this, I guess it's if I move it too much too quickly, but I think I'm just gonna move it around and see what that looks like. And it's fixed focus, so it shouldn't be, don't expect like autofocus for us to be like full zoom. These are fixed focus lenses. But it's more about the what's it called, picture quality, I guess, and just general like color and lighting and stuff. Okay, let's switch over back to the game. Yeah, so it took a little bit of tweaking to kind of get all the settings and stuff like that going. The main thing is that the sensor, yeah, the sensor is, I think, a Sony sensor compared to some, I guess, like most webcam brands that are just kind of like whatever. So you usually don't get the same quality as like, obviously a DSLR, a mirrorless, like any other proper camera. But then all those proper cameras are going to cost you like a couple G's, and then you need a cam link or some other capture device to hook it up. So easily, spending $1,500, $2,000 on equipment. So I'm not trying to do that. Okay, I'm just trying to put these away. I think I could put these acid rounds somewhere too. I'm just gonna group things together here. Switch that out, and then there's explosive rounds. Put this metal away, probably won't need that for a little bit. Put these rounds away. This empty bottle, highly doubt that I'm going to need that again, so I'm going to move all the empty bottles away. Empty bottle, empty bottle. Setup is nice. Quality for the stream is pretty good. Thanks, man. I mean, I think that like there's obviously lots of people that are streaming and just kind of doing their own thing. So for me, it's just a matter of trying to improve the output and like the stream quality because yeah, like literally anyone could pick up some type of capture device and then stream their content online. But I think it's like trying to be interactive with the people that are actually watching you, and then the other thing is just the general quality of the production, which I think you know having solid audio and video makes it more I guess appealing like to watch. Clip. Where's my gun though? Hold on. Yeah, okay, so let's get this. Let's put the Beretta here. And then we can combine these two clips. And then I'll put this away for now because I don't have any reds. I'm gonna switch with a green just so I have something basic. I'll put the mix away. Trying to split up pretty much all my health on this part of the menu, and then I'm trying to move things that I either don't use often away. So let's go ahead and combine these. I'll put the clip away, and then I'm gonna have to deal with that hunter that's outside. I think there's a letter there from Barry, if I'm not mistaken. Clip, and I'll reload while I'm at it. All right, so we're gonna have to deal with the hunter outside, and then make our way out. There you go, 3 shots, takes him out. I'll put some bullets in the back room, use them in case of trouble. Barry, yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that herb, reload, and then we're gonna make our way out to that door that was locked. Yeah, I was wondering why the armor key didn't disappear yet. Typically once you use all the keys, it'll ask if you want to discard them, just so it doesn't take up any inventory slots. There we go, exactly what I was talking about. So the key is useless, we'll put that away. Or discard it, rather. I remember, I think the first time I played through, I ended up keeping it, just because I didn't know if I would have a purpose for those. Ooh, double shot. And they're both... That was a double KO? Let's go for the headshot this time. Go over here. Yeah. What you know about it. Alright, we're gonna take all of these herbs. Finally the herbs come around. What else is here? Anything here? Rusty boiler. It's literally just health out here. Spot. Alright. I think one more or two more. Alright, let's go ahead and combine. And just grab that last one. I'm trying to keep the greens so unmixed, as many greens unmixed as possible, just so I could do the combination with the blues and the blues and the reds to get the triple, the trifecta. All right, so we're gonna go upstairs. There should be, at the end of the hall, there will be another. Maybe that might be the snake boss, actually. I'm gonna say that it might be, so I'm gonna switch, or what I'll do rather is I'll put a bunch of these away. I'll actually keep those herbs there. Actually, what I'll do is, yeah, I'll swap a first aid out. And then I'll put these ones away, I think. No. I will take... Do I have another mixed? I think this is a triple. Or do I have a double? I don't. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to take two. And then I'm also going to get my bazooka for the boss. And I think that should be good. Combine these. Alright, so there's going to be a room upstairs with a fireplace. There's, I believe, 2 zombies in there, and then the room behind that might be the snake rematch. I will have to, well, we'll know soon enough. But I got to make sure that the areas that I go to, they're going to be respawned with hunters, so I just got to be mindful of that. Like that guy right there. Damn, that guy did some damage. I want to go, I guess I gotta go full heal. Alright. This here, again, there should be 2 zombies, and it might be the boss battle right after it. Zombies are nowhere to be found. Use the helmet key. Yeah, this is definitely the snake boss again. Move, girl. Damn. Run. Come on. You might die. Oh, that's it. Anaconda. Oops. You died. Alright, I might have to do that that outside room again. But otherwise, yeah, that's a pretty quick redo. Alright. Oh wait, no way, I'm out here? So I gotta refight that hunter. That's all good. So I think I'm gonna actually skip all that herb collecting and stuff like that. I'll probably just pick it up later if I need it, but otherwise that was a lot of that time I spent I feel doing inventory versus like I could probably just go to the boss right now and yeah, let's do that. I forgot that I gotta answer the radio there from Brad. Right, so I'm gonna go and just pretty much load up on health. I guess there's the Doom book and something else that's in there. So let's go ahead and get first aid spray. And yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, I actually ran out of rounds when I was facing that snake too, so I was wondering why I was drawing blanks, and because I ran out of the acid rounds, or sorry, the fire rounds, and I needed to manually switch because it doesn't auto reload. I think Brad. Oh no. I guess that's the only time I could have done it, when I heard that beep earlier. Okay, I'll take these though. I'll take stuff from this guardhouse because, yeah, there's literally no purpose for the guardhouse after this, I believe. Alright, we'll combine these. Do the same with these. Yeah, I'll probably beat the snake boss and kind of call it from there. What else is good with you, though? What else is new and exciting? Or in general, what are you up to? Oof, wow, that was close. So once I get up here, the snakes fall down from the trees, so that's one thing also to be mindful of, just kind of running through this area real quick. Because if you get bit, you get poisoned, and then you need to use those blue. That's why there's so many blue herbs outside. The blue kush. Alright, I'm gonna try and dodge these dogs. Like this. Whoa. Run, girl. Made it. I wonder if I could skip this hunter too. I just don't know if I'm gonna forget about it. Because it should be, I think this is where the hunter comes. Golf starting up, gonna be back in the kitchen. Oh, nice. That's sick, man. My buddy was just asking me today when I'm gonna start golfing. Because Derek golfs all the time. I know a lot of my buddies, like, some of them do, but I've never really got into it. Which kitchen though? Run. One more. That's it. At least he's... Yeah, I'll take care of that guy. I think this... Yeah, let's get the rounds here, and then that metal. Oops. Yeah, I don't mind mini golf. I like putting. I think that's fun. Oh shoot, hold on. Forgot to combine these. Hold up. Let me combine these two. But I don't think I've ever used a driver in my life. Even my wife has, she says in the background. She's been to the driving range a couple times. But what course are you at, man? What yeah, what golf course kitchen are you gonna be at? Open up. Take this eagle medal. Alright, and then let's work our way back. Yeah, I think that was the only thing here. Yeah, I don't have the Magnum yet, so I'll switch, I'll put those rounds away. There's no point of it taking up my inventory. One more. Oh, what? Bro, I just got decapitated. What the hell? Wow, I can't believe I died twice on stream today. That's embarrassing. What kind of gamer am I? Alright, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop playing and I gotta lock in. Alright. So we're gonna go do this one more time till we get to the snake boss. Alright, so we're gonna drop this. We're gonna drop these herbs in here. We're gonna pick up the herbs on the way to... Come on. We're gonna pick up the herbs on the way to the main room after we kill the hunter. Beat the snake already, I'm trying to sleep. I know, right? Oh, here we go. It's a quick cutscene.
I know you can't answer me, but somehow, give me a sign.
This is Jill. Brad? Oh, it's broken.
Yeah, it's definitely like a one-way radio. Yeah, I'm not even going for the herbs anymore. Just going straight for the house. Ooh. Alright, past these baby snakes. Come on. There we go. That's what I'm saying. And I like how, like, when you mix the herbs, like, somehow, like, a rolling paper, like, shows up. Here, and let's run. Ooh, okay, that was close. Okay, I'm gonna legit just try and like avoid the hunters and then see if I could literally go straight to the boss. We'll see. We're speedrunning now. This turned into, it was originally a chill stream. I died twice. So now I have to turn on speedrun mode and just avoid all enemies, avoid any unnecessary fights, damage. They know exactly, yo. That's exactly that's exactly it. It's like you don't know as like a kid, but then it's like, oh, they use Rod. I'm getting this guy because it is inevitable that I'm gonna have to come back here, so I don't want to have to deal with this guy again. No way. No way. This is hilarious, dude. How? What difficulty setting is this? What? You know, old games are hard. What are we saying? What are we really saying right now? How long were you looking to stream for? Typically like 2 hours. I'm trying to do like 2 hours between like 9 and midnight on Sunday. Alright, I'm literally just going right back to it, and we'll see what happens. And the second I get to the other room, that's why I didn't even put the ink ribbon away. I'm just keeping the ribbon, so like the second I get to the other room, I'm just gonna save right away. See, that's what I get for changing my mind midway, because I did say like, oh, I'm gonna get these herbs, and I didn't get these herbs, and then I said I'm gonna avoid all fights. Oops, what's going on? No, I don't want this. No. So I was gonna avoid all fights, and then I ended up taking on that hunter and fucked around and found out. Lost my head twice. Run. Turn. Ooh. First time I got nipped. What health am I at now? Caution? No, I'm fine. Yellow, fine. Yeah, back in the day, I knew this game like the back of my hand. It was I don't know if it was Ian or RJ's or who had, like, obviously we had the PlayStation in our place, but yeah. I beat this, like, obviously all the cousins were watching me play this as a kid. They didn't know how to play it, or they were too scared. So like I'd run this game and then they would watch. But yeah, eventually I found out, like, through those like GamePro magazines and stuff, that if you beat the game under a certain amount of time, you have different unlockables or different endings. And I think if you beat it under 3 hours, you get the unlimited rocket launcher bazooka. All right, for real this time, I'm gonna leave. What's going on, Tim? Just playing some Resident Evil on PS1. Let's get this. We'll get the rounds. We will get the Doom book. Sure will. We'll inspect the Doom book and take the metal out. The Eagle metals, to be specific. So now I'm gonna have to watch out for the hunter who's outside. But so what I want to do is I want to get out of this room and go into the room immediately to the left. Alright, avoided that guy. Now we're gonna try and run into this inventory room right here. Beauty. And I'll pick all this stuff up, or at least whatever I can. Take the first aid spray. I'll get the shotgun shells. And then I'm gonna put a bunch of this stuff away. Save, and then take on that snake. So this I'm not gonna need for a while. Put this here. These bazooka rounds should be, I'm gonna just put this together. These herbs should go down here. I don't know why these rounds are there, but I'm just gonna move this here for now. All right, I'm gonna switch this out. I'm gonna move the crank and the armor key and the knife far from the other stuff. Beretta will go closer to these things. Let's do this. Let's get this clip. We'll move all the bottles away. I'm just burying these in the inventory so that, like, they're not. Yeah, I'll put them here. There's the crank and stuff. There we go. Let's go far out. Put the crank there too. There's 2 more bottles I can get out of there. Or no, just the one. So let's get that. Anything else? Spray herbs. So I'll take 2 sprays. I'm gonna combine these two. I'm gonna get these rounds and put them in storage. Save. Then boss. So I'll actually keep those rounds. I will switch out the clip. I need that, and then I need the bazooka. Alright, here we go. Save. You know it. Switch this out with a green herb. Take that now. All right. 2 hunters. Oh, come on. All right. Combine. I like how the little shotgun shells actually fly out in the animation as well. Very subtle detail, but I think it's appreciated considering when this game came out. Alright. So... let's try and take this snake out. See what's over here first, just in case. Nothing. Just the piano. Alright, here we go. Take one more hit probably. Alright, time to heal up. Die. Damn, this guy's dissolving. Look at shit. Look at her. She's bored. What the heck? Well, this. Yeah, well, they're actually animating the entire death. What? That's it. What's in this fireplace though? What's this little thing here? Is this anything? No? Can I go in this hole? It's too dark to see anything. Who's there? Oh, it's Barry.
Jill, have you found anything interesting?
Yes, but I can't see very well.
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait.
What happened to his head? Or is he just bent forward? Oh yeah, he's just bent forward. I thought there was like a glitch or something. Oh, what happened?
Hey, what's going on?
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait. I'll go and get another rope.
What the hell? Yo, what
Barry?
the heck, Barry?
Barry!
Alright, what else is here? I'm gonna switch over to the shoddy. I'm at caution, so... There's a switch below. Will you push it? Yeah, sure. I don't know how I get back up. Because I'm pretty sure I'm in the lab, which is more of the end game right now. So let's just wait. Come on. Over here, buddy. Whoa. Bang, headshot. Hello. Hello, you. Come on. Yeah. Take these shells. Yeah, I'm trying to find that next save room. I probably shouldn't have gone down, to be honest. You hear the music's getting more intense too, right? This is the shit's getting real music. What the heck? I wonder if I can go for the double kill here. It's one. Bang. Let's go. I didn't want to waste that first aid spray, so I'm going to take these two combined. And then this should get me to a full health green. I don't know how to get, if I can get back up. Right, I'm gonna try and see if I can get back up. Barry came back with the rope. Yes. Actually, no. I can go back through the house later. Where am I? Something behind me though. Uh-oh. What the heck is that? Oh. Come on. There has to be another... I think there's another guy here, right? Where's this elevator going? I think this takes me to the other side of the mansion. Yeah, so where do I gotta go? There's a small room here, and a big room over there. Battery. I'll need that for later outside. Yep. And then what are these? 2 sets of rounds? Yeah, so definitely in the end game because they're providing me with better ammo. I've been only getting shells at the very least, which would be the weakest, and then I have a few of those magnum rounds, and they've been giving me a lot of these explosive rounds, so they're definitely trying to stock me up for the boss battles. Where else can I go? I'm gonna go... this. I'm gonna go this way because this is a dead end. So I may as well try and just take care of this if I can. Headshot. Is there anything in this hallway? Just gonna check this little area here. Yep. I'm not gonna take that because I want to keep that inventory slot open just in case, and then I'll take it if I need it on the way out. Just headshot after headshot. Sure I will. What's in there? More magnum rounds. Oh man. Not yet. I want to know what else is here and then prioritize what's in this room. Definitely a fake wall. What the heck? How do I open this up? What is this? Will you push it? Yes. There's a spotlight right here. So maybe... I think I need to move a statue or something there. There it is. Yo, what's going on, bro? Just chilling, playing some PS1, dude. How you been, man? This is the stuff that Zach and I used to play back in the day, bro. We were big Resident Evil fans. So once we push this into the top left corner, it should unlock that bookcase to the top right. Okay, what do we got here? I will take the Mo disc, sure. So that, I believe, is the only thing that's here. I'm gonna keep. I don't see anything like any ammo or anything on these shelves. The main thing that I know I need to come back for is the those Magnum rounds, just to, again, that'll be better in the end games. I don't know what happened there. That was a weird off camera. I think when I pulled out the shotty and then aimed up, it ended up moving her like out of frame or whatever. Scrapbook. Raccoon Times, May 27, 1998. Animal attack, human mutilated. May 20. Around 10 p.m., a 20-year-old woman's body was found by a passerby in the left bank of Marble River in the Cider district of Raccoon City. Raccoon police assume it was a grizzly or another animal's doing because their teeth marks along her mutilated arms and left foot that show considerable power. Since she was wearing a hiking boot on her remaining foot, it's been determined that she was attacked in the Arklay Mountains and fell into the river. They are hurrying to identify this woman. Raccoon Weekly, June 16, 1998. Monsters in Arklay Mountains. Some people claim they've seen monsters in the Arklay Mountains. The monsters are supposedly about the same size as large dogs and usually run in a pack as wolves do. This may sound like a group of ordinary wild dogs, but these monsters are surprisingly fierce and hard to hurt. They say these dogs won't bother you unless you wake them, so smart readers should stay out of the Arklay Mountains for the time being. But if you're looking for adventure, check it out. Want to try? Raccoon Times, July 9, 1998. Mystery on Arklay Mountains, mountain road blocked. Due to successive disasters in the Arklay Mountains, the city authorities have decided to block the road leading into the foothills. At the same time, Raccoon Police intend to begin the search for lost people with the help of STARS team members. They expect great difficulty because of the vast size of the Arklay Mountains and the primeval forest that covers most of the area. Also, people are still reporting sightings of grotesque monsters in the mountains. There you go. You heard it here, folks. The news from Resident Evil. Hey, what's going on, Melissa? Just playing some PlayStation 1 games. Let's have here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out where I can drop off some of my inventory and come back for the ammo. Does this move? This does move. Which way should I push it though? This way? Maybe this way? There we go. Hidden door. What is this? Ink ribbon. I don't have any space. What else important can I find here? Clip. Can't carry it. Kind of useless at this stage of the game anyway. But I can look over the courtyard from here. The helicopter port. So that is probably the other side of the courtyard. If I could contact the other members from there. All right, I guess that's it. So ribbon and ammo. I think this is kind of one of those rooms that you can skip if you're going on a true speed run. You could save time by avoiding that area. I mean, it's only ink ribbon and yeah, it's only the ink ribbon. Yeah, the ink ribbon and the standard clip. In any case, I'm still gonna go try and find an inventory room and drop off everything else that I have. but there should be at least one or two more rooms that I haven't explored. I think so. Looks like I have to go through this main hallway, and then there's some kind of room to the side there, and then right below it is one of the save rooms. So that's what we'll do. We'll make our way over here. Whoa. That guy out. What's going on, Mel? How's your Sunday? Just playing some PS1. Little nostalgia. I've been playing this game for the past 3 weekends. Slowly chipping away at it. I'm almost done. I think I won't beat it on this playthrough because I'm wrapping up soon. But I think on the next playthrough it'll probably be completely done. Hey buddy. Oh. Well, that's crazy. I got totally baited. I tried to get closer to kill the zombie, and then the zombie was eating his other friend, and I just got attacked by both of them. That's wild. Is there nothing here? Door's locked. What do you mean, though? Where am I? Alright, so I guess I gotta go back around, down the elevator. That's lame. Alright, we'll make our way back. I'll leave these herbs here for now. I'll probably have to pass through this hallway at some point later on. Alright, so there was a staircase on the other side. And I don't know what happened to Barry. He just kind of dropped that rope and then I haven't seen him since. So we'll see what's up these stairs here. The elevator. You unlocked it. Maybe this is right by the piano room? Yeah. Whoa. Yo, they're killing me. How do I get out of here? Absolutely brutal. I'm definitely calling it after that. That's like the 4th death and like specifically 3rd decapitation. So yeah, I'll have to reevaluate my my choices. Definitely was wandering there for quite a bit, but no, this was a pretty good playthrough. All things aside, definitely some good conversations and stuff like that with the chat, which has been awesome. Even just being able to, well, let's turn this down. The game audio's killing it right now. But yeah, no, just even hanging with the chat has been pretty good. It's all good, Kev. I know. I took out the snake anyway, so I mean, like, that's at least that snake boss is done. And then there was a save right after that, so I think we're good there. But this is what I'm trying to say is, like, with now that I'm closer to the end game, you can see the difficulty has ramped up. They've been hooking me up with all kinds of ammo, healing things. The difficulty of the enemies has risen. So 1, there's more zombies than originally. There's hunters now, the guerrilla style dudes that have been killing me so often. And then also again, they're hooking me up with like the explosive rounds, magnum rounds, other types of stuff like that. So I believe once I'm done this, the mansion, there's the lab, which is fairly quick, and then from the lab, I fight the final boss tyrant. So I'm confident that I'll be able to beat it next weekend. Probably like that'll be maybe a 2.5 hour playthrough just to kind of get through the end game. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure that the majority of the game is done. I'm at least like 70+ % through, so I'm pretty confident that we can get through it on the next session. But in any case, definitely enjoyed playing some retro games and catching up with you and the chat on this one. I'll switch it over to this side just because I can. I'm just trying to, again, like I mentioned, like change like the production quality in regards to being able to kind of like switch through. So technically my mic is here, and it's still hanging forward, slightly kind of off, but like I'm hoping that the audio still picks up just as good as when I'm facing the front facing stream cam. So this is like I'm just trying to find like the right position to kind of get the audio regardless of the way the orientation, like the camera, that angle that I pick. But hopefully it looks all right. There is a filter. There's like a broadcast filter on this mic too, so I'm hoping that that's cleaning it up as well. But the main thing is just trying to have dynamic angles, just to kind of keep like the production kind of engaged, but at the same time too, like what I mean, like being able to kind of hold a controller like this is a little further, because I'm still about like a foot, like the controller is still about a foot out from the lens, whereas when I switch over to my primary cam, which is this one, then obviously I can get the controller literally like right up there. Now the autofocus, like in or the depth of field focus, like I would say it's still probably the sweet spot is maybe here, like around the 10-inch, maybe like a foot away is probably like the ideal range for like a crisp focus on things. But I do also like do unboxing and reviews and stuff like that, which I typically will use my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So that's this here. So when we go back to the stream cam, so I do have this hanging over here. So this is a top-down camera, where I use it as my vlogging camera, but then I also use it pointing straight down for a top-down shot. And this one by far has the best close range focus, and it's the most expensive one out of all of them, so that's not surprising. But in general, for me it's the quality of the stream. It's not just what I'm doing, but it's the quality of the output. So I'm probably gonna like look back and also take a look at the playthrough to see how the frames are running. I know you said like things were kind of running smooth, so really curious to know how if the 60 FPS actually made a difference, and then also changing my bitrate settings. But otherwise, that's it, man. Just trying to make the most of the tech that I have, and yeah, improve kind of as I go. But otherwise, trying to keep this up on Sunday nights where possible. Mainly been playing Resident Evil. But once this game is done, I think I may shift over to either a new title or maybe get back into doing a couple action figure reviews and unboxings and stuff like that. But stay tuned. At the very least, the last episode, so stream 4 of Resident Evil Director's Cut on PS1, will be next week, and we will for sure beat that, because today I beat the plant boss, I beat the snake boss, and I believe the last boss to beat in the entire game at this point, excuse me, is the Tyrant, which is the final boss of the game. So yeah, if you enjoy the stream, if you enjoy checking out gaming content, then certainly be sure to tune in next Sunday. And I think that's all for now. I think we'll just put it on the hold screen for a bit, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.